Welcome to another live stream here on the Epic Marvel Podcast YouTube channel. My name is Kurtis, and it is my pleasure to unbox this new Epic collection that's coming out at the end of October. It is the 400th Epic collection. If you can believe that, 400 of these things. I just, when this was announced now 11 years ago, I had no idea we would get to this point. It was at the time, there were only 5 lines that were or 6 lines that were announced, right? Just the really long running ones. Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, Captain America, um, how come I'm blanking on them? Not Daredevil, Avengers, and I don't know, Thor, Iron Man. I think that's it, right? And even if they got all of those ones that like complete to Onslaught, which we thought was the cutoff point at the time, that would be about 22 to 25 volumes each. That's only, not even hitting 200 um epic collections. And so the fact that the line has expanded so much to include Star Wars and Conan, R.I.P. Conan, and Aliens and the modern epics now, and now we're up to 400 epic collections, and it's still going strong. Marvel is still pumping these out. We've got a long list of stuff that's coming out in the future, and they're not going to stop because we love them and they're great. Uh, and I just it to have these available in a readable format, it's for everybody to enjoy is just fantastic. It's just really great to see Marvel keeping their content alive and not just shoving it in the vault and forgetting about it. So yeah, 400. Everyone's excited about that. Will 500 be next year? No, 450 will be next year, and 500 will be the year after. Because there are about, 40, no, how many? Um, 66. There are 66 epic collections coming out this year that will, I think, yeah, number 500 will probably be very early in 2026. Hello from Cleveland. Hello, Joel. X-Men, it's not X-Men. 400, yes, 400. Okay, shall we see what it is? Shall we take a look and see which epic collection is number 400? It's Halloween themed. It's coming out the last week of October, the Halloween week. Ta-da! It's Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider Volume 2, The Salvation Run. This is an epic collection from the 70s, 1975 to 1978. Let's see what's in here. Ghost Rider number 12 to 28. Now, this is the classic Johnny Blaze era Ghost Rider, not the Danny Ketch stuff from the 90s. Marvel 2 in 1 number 8. Daredevil 138. Marvel Team Up 58. Marvel Premiere 28. That's a lot of eights. 28, 8, 138, 58. And material from Marvel Tales 255, which doesn't follow the 8 pattern at all. Um, okay, there's the back cover featuring, what's his name? The Orb, I think. Yes, the awesome Orb. And the oh yes, that's right at the top there. If the Orb offends thee, Ghost Rider, cast thee into hell. Let's see here. Marvel's Hell on Wheels superhero is back, and in his second epic collection, Ghost Rider faces a myriad of adversaries, from the awesome Orb and the Gladiator to the Eel and the Enforcer. The rider travels across the American backroads and the supernatural worlds beyond, They will bring him into the realm of the mystical Dr. Druid and into a team up with Hawkeye and Two Gun Kid against the fearsome Manticore. And with Karen Page and Ghost Rider's cast, Daredevil enters the fray in a crossover classic drawn by John Byrne. Also featuring also featuring the fearsome joining of Ghost Rider, Man Thing, and Morbius and the Werewolf by Night as the Legion of Monsters. That one's Marvel Premiere number 28, I believe. Some of these are in other books. Of course, Marvel 2-in-1 is in the 2-in-1 Volume 1. Daredevil 138 has already been collected, I believe, and Marvel Premiere is in the Morbius um, Epic Collection, and it'll probably also be in the a future Man Thing, hopefully a Man Thing Epic Collection and a Werewolf by Night Epic Collection. Let's get some of those. I want to see those. So let's take a little look inside here. Mostly written by Tony Isabella and Jim Shooter, with Steve Gerber, Bill Mantlo, Marv Wolfman, Jerry Conway, Don Glut, Chris Claremont, Roger McKenzie, Scott Lobdell. Scott Lobdell was doing stuff in the 70s? I did not know that. He's always been a 90s guy. Didn't realize he goes back that far. Wow. Frank Robbins and Don Heck as the primary artists, with Sal Buscema, George Tuska, Bob Brown, John Byrne, Gil Kane, Don Perlin, Tom Sutton, Vince Evans. That is just, name after name of classic Marvel creators there. I'm not even going to get into the inkers and letterers and colorists who are also an amazing cast of characters there. Let's see here. Yes, this is the 1970s Ghost Rider. You've pre-ordered it already? No, no, I said X-Men because you were trying to remember the first few epics released. Yes, X-Men wasn't in the original 6. It came about a year later, along with Silver Surfer and Hulk and mm, Wolverine and Moon Knight. Um, Two Gun Kid, has he been in anything post Heroes Reborn? Yeah, I don't know if he has. I bet he has, because Marvel will keep up that copyright. He probably appears every once in a while. And here's the 2-in-1 issue. This is a weird issue. It's a Christmas story where they team up and fight some demons who are trying to pose as the Nativity. Or it ends up being, there's spoiler, Miracle Man from the early days of Fantastic Four. There you can tell this is Frank Robbins. He's got a very distinct look to the way he draws people and to the way he draws anatomy. There we go. Okay, Scott Lobdell was born in the 60 in 1960, so he would have been a teenager in the 70s. Yeah, by 1978 he would have been 18. Now we all know, or maybe you don't, Jim Shooter was and like Jerry Conway and stuff. They were all doing um, comics when they were teenagers as well. So it's possible that Scott Lobdell is the same thing. If anybody knows which issue in this book is Scott Lobdell's, look at that big block of text right there. Please let me know. I like pages like this where it's distinctly 2 pages, but instead of having 1 page here and 1 page here, they put 1 page at the top and 1 page at the bottom. So this would have been a splash page on the second page if they had decided to uh, do it the normal way there. Oh, okay. I think because Marvel Tales 255 was 1991, which I guess is Lobdell. Let's find out. If it's 1991, it's probably at the back here. Marvel Tales. Yes, there you go. Scott Lobdell, writer, Vince Evans, penciler. Now, why is this story in this book? I have to imagine it has something to do. Of course, there's Johnny Blaze. You can tell by his awesome red motorcycle. It also has the Trapster or Paste Pot Pete. It's just like a little 4-page story. I'm not sure why they stick it in this book. It must relate somehow to the contents of this book. And if that's the case, that's cool that they put it in here, even though it's not, in publication order. There's the orb right there. There's some cool stuff in here. Um, oh, there's Paste Pot Pete. I bet it relates. I bet it's just one of these kind of here's a story that um took place way back when, but they're putting it in this little side. They're just making a new side story out of it. There is a team up with Spider-Man. That would be the Marvel team up issue. Some very cool stuff. I like this face right there. Even though he's a ghost, he still has eyeballs in his skull. Most of the time, he doesn't have the eyeballs, but I guess they put it in there for dramatic effect. Yeah, there it is again. Whoop, right there. So I've read the first volume of this, and it was a lot of fun. Maybe not my favorite of the Marvel '70s stuff, but he's a cool character, and I like that they were trying something new with this book at the time and really branching out to uh, to reach a different market. And the issues that I have read that have been in other collections here are a lot of fun. The Legion of Monsters, is that what they called? Yeah, the Legion of Monsters story is pretty fun. It's kind of a little bit of nonsense. I think it's um, a Steve Gerber story, and he just goes really wacky. And there's Daredevil. Of course, that's always a good time. It was great to see Daredevil show up. Ghost Rider to show up in the Daredevil storyline. And look at that. That's very cool. Death's Head. That's not the real Death's Head. Great splash page. Really, really great. Okay, so this is Epic Collection number 400. How many comics are somebody must die? Oh yes, early Byrne art. You saw that correctly. He did this special crossover with Ghost Rider. 1978, was that about the time where he was working on Iron Fist as well? But that is definitely. I want to see that splash page again. That's so cool. I love it. Really awesome. And he did the Ghost Rider issue too. So it's kind of like a fill-in issue, except he got to do two fill-in issues, like a two-part story in two different comic titles. So very neat. Yep, very early John Byrne. You can tell it has his distinct trademarks and a lot of like his faces and such, but you can still see it's a little on the early side for him. He's not quite as well formed as he would become, when you know him from Fantastic Four. There's some Frank Robbins art for you right there. Very loony, very kind of weird. This is the Legion of Monsters story. There was a Death's Head who was a Daredevil villain before the legendary mechanical UK Death's Head had arrived. Yes, that is the one in this book. Look at this double page splash with all these cars. That's kind of cool. Okay, like I said, number 400. But what is Epic Collection number 401? Well, guess what? It's in this box too. It's coming out on the same day. So you may ask yourself, well, how do you know which one is number 400 if they're both coming out on the same day? Couldn't this one be number 400? Well, I feel like a Marvel title should be number 400. I think it should get that distinction. So I'm calling it number 400. And then this one here, Star Wars The New Republic Volume 8, is Epic Collection number 401. Now, what is so special about this book? This is the very last Star Wars Legends Epic Collection that collects Dark Horse material. The very last one. All of it is now in Epic Collections, if you can believe that. 50 something volumes, I think. Um, okay. Chris is saying which has the lower ISBN number. Let's have a look here. Ghost Rider is 95549, and Star Wars is 95964. So this does have the lower ISBN number. So let's go with that. Um, I believe the Star Wars books have their own block of ISBNs, which are so it's not exactly a surefire way to tell which is the higher or lower one because they have a different block of ISBNs that are kind of over here. But anyway, there's one more Star Wars to come out after that, and that's the classic Star Comics Droids and Ewoks volume that's coming out in a couple weeks after this one comes out, and that will be the final Star Wars volume. But this is the penultimate Star Wars volume, but it's the final Star Wars volume that collects Dark Horse material. The end of the New Republic era. Star Wars Invasion 0 to 5. Star Wars Invasion Rescues 1 to 6. Star Wars Invasion Revelations 1 to 5. Star Wars Handbook number 2 Crimson Empire. And material from Star Wars Tales 18, 19, and 21. So this is the furthest in terms of the Star Wars timeline. This is the furthest stuff out. It takes place well after Return of the Jedi. Han Solo and Leia have kids and they're growing up. Let's see here. It says 25 years after the events of A New Hope, Luke Skywalker and the galaxy must face the greatest threat since the Sith were defeated, the Yuuzhan Vong, swarming across scores of worlds. These hostile invaders from another galaxy spread the New Republic's forces thin and challenge even Luke's new Jedi Order, which now includes Han Solo's children, which are right here. Here you go. They are Jedi's. Jedi, sorry. It's very, very cool that this book gets to collect all of the invasion stories in one volume. That's going to make for very satisfying reading to get the whole trilogy, I think, all in one. So, and these are, let's see here. Look at this. Mike Hansen is a writer in this. Mike Hansen's been a big part of the Epic Collection group and was very instrumental in getting these Epic Collections actually produced and put in order. And I didn't know he actually wrote something in here, and that's very cool. We're talking about 2009. Star Wars Invasion is 2009. Invasion Rescues is 2010, and Invasion Revelations is 2011. So that's what you're looking at in terms of the content here. Um, I don't know anything about these stories. This was well after I was paying attention to what Dark Horse was doing in Star Wars. So it's all new reading to me. It looks cool, looks a lot of fun. And I like a good alien invasion story, but kind of it's hard to have an alien invasion story when Star Wars kind of just deals with aliens all the time. So anytime there's a war, it's kind of an alien invasion. The art looks cool. Oh, some cool stuff coming out here based on the novels. I didn't know that. That's very cool. Jason and Jaina were big deals for me as a kid with the EU books. The Yuuzhan Vong are outside the Force. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Phil, what did you miss? You're late. You missed the 400th Epic Collection, Ghost Rider Volume 2, Salvation Run. This is, we talked about this, we had a look inside, and this is the one I know you're excited about because you love the 1970s. But I'm talking currently about Star Wars from 2009 to 2011, which I know you're not as impressed with, but other people, I'm sure, will like that. Oh, that guy looks cool. Oh man, this artist looks so familiar. Can't place my finger on it though. Looks very familiar. So, yes, 25, 25th anniversary variant by Dave Dorman. Um, yeah, like I said, the very last of the Star Wars Dark Horse books coming out the same day as the Ghost Rider one. They're both coming out October. What's that date again? Where's my cursor? October 29, just in time for Halloween. Um, and then let's see here. That gets us all of, so I've shown off all of the books for October now. We should be moving into the November books starting next week with something from the Clone Saga. So yeah, there we go. Two epic collections to show you today. Ghost Rider Volume 2, The Salvation Run, and Star Wars The New Republic Volume 8. Both important books for different reasons, and they will be heading your way at the end of October. Super excited for your DC Finest show with Dom of X on Friday. That's tomorrow, Angel. Tomorrow. Yes, in case you're interested in the DC Finest book, Dom of X, great guy Dominic, he is going to be hosting a lot of DC Finest related content on his YouTube channel, Dom of X. And he's invited me to come along for a monthly live stream about DC Finest. Right now, it's just kind of the introductory stuff, like what do we know, what's coming out, and then once the books start coming in, we'll be able to show those off and talk about the content and that kind of stuff as well. So check out his YouTube channel, Dom of X. That's tomorrow morning. What time did we say? 10 o'clock, I think, Pacific. I think that's what we said. And then also, I have a new YouTube channel as well for DC Finest. It's called The Finest DC Channel, and you can look that up. And I got a couple of videos up there about DC Finest already, and I'll put some more up in the coming weeks. Yeah, that's it for my live stream today. Two great books to talk about. I'm looking forward to reading them, and I hope you're looking forward to reading them as well. This is, like I said, the end of October, 400th Epic Collection, and this one being number 401. Wow. And they're not slowing down. We have all of them scheduled for until the middle of next year. And there's more to come in the future. So I want to thank everybody for watching. Please give this a like if you haven't already. Like it, subscribe to the channel, and check out my DC Finest YouTube channel and Instagram and Twitter or X and Facebook page. I've launched all of those now. I haven't really been promoting them yet, but I will start uh, shoving them in your face soon. So check them out. Just search for the Finest DC channel and on any social media, and I'm pretty sure you'll be able to find them. So thanks for watching, everybody. It's been great chatting with you. Thanks, everybody, in the live stream. You are most welcome, Secret Origin Comics. You are welcome, also Vision 940. Thank you, Phil, for plugging it. Thank you, Ultra Mega Nicola. Okay. Thanks for the sneak preview of Catwoman. Oh yeah, if you want to see inside the Catwoman DC Finest book, check out the other YouTube channel, DC, the Finest DC channel. There you go. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to leave you with my theme song, and I hope you have a great evening.